Okay, so let's get into it. Today we are talking about one of the most important, but honestly most overlooked parts of a wedding dress. And trust me, it can make or break your reception. We're talking about the bustle.
So, picture this. You've had that incredible, magical moment. You found the one. The dress that makes you feel amazing. The one with that jaw-dropping, gorgeous train that just goes on for days. You know it's going to look absolutely stunning walking down the aisle.
And then you start thinking about the party. Wait a minute. How exactly are you supposed to break it down on the dance floor, hug all your favorite people, or just, walk around without that beautiful train becoming a beautiful problem?
Yeah, that gorgeous train presents a bit of a logistical puzzle. But don't you worry, because there is a seriously elegant solution. One that magically transforms your gown from a ceremony showstopper into a party-ready dress you can actually move in.
And that solution is the bustle. So what is it really? Well, at its core, it's just a super clever system of little hooks or loops or maybe some hidden buttons that a seamstress sews right into your gown. Their whole job is to lift that train up off the floor and secure it. It's kind of like the secret engineering that makes the whole day work.
It's almost like your dress gets to have two different lives on your wedding day. For the ceremony, you get that grand, dramatic look with the train out in all its glory. But then for the reception, the bustle kicks in, and suddenly you have total freedom to move, to dance, to just enjoy yourself without anyone tripping over your dress, especially you.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, a bustle. Got it. But hold on, because not all bustles are created equal. There are actually a bunch of different styles, and picking the right one really depends on your dress, the fabric, and the vibe you're going for. So let's check out the most popular ones.
So the two big players on the scene are the American and the French bustles, and they kind of work in opposite ways. The American bustle, sometimes called an over bustle, grabs the train and fastens it up over the outside of the skirt. It creates this really pretty, cascading waterfall of fabric. Then you've got the French bustle, or under bustle, and you guessed it, it does the exact opposite, tucking all that fabric underneath the skirt to create these soft, gorgeous, romantic-looking folds.
And then there's another really elegant choice, the Australian bustle. It's kind of like a cool hybrid. It lifts the train just a little bit by tacking it up at a few different spots right along the hem. You end up with this beautiful draped look that's super sophisticated. Now, these are the big three, but for super long or heavy trains, there are even more options, like a ballroom or royal bustle.
Okay, so we've got the styles down, but the million-dollar question is, how in the world do you choose which one is the perfect match for your gown? Let's figure that out.
The answer, my friend, is actually hidden in the details of your dress. It really comes down to two key things: the fabric it's made of and, of course, the length of that train. So let's make this simple. If your dress is a heavier fabric, like a thick satin or a beautiful silk, you're gonna need a strong bustle, something like an American or a ballroom style that can really support that weight. On the flip side, if your dress is made of something light and airy, like tulle or delicate lace, a French or Australian bustle is a much better choice because it's gentler on the fabric. And for those seriously epic, cathedral-length trains, you'll definitely want something like a ballroom bustle to help spread all that weight out evenly so it doesn't pull on one spot. All right, picking the bustle style is half the battle. But the other half, and this is crucial, is making sure it all goes smoothly on the big day. You absolutely need a day of plan. It's a total game changer. Here it is, your foolproof 4-step bustling plan. 1. Know your dress. Find all those little hidden attachment points. 2. You cannot do this alone. Delegate this job. Pick a bustle buddy, your maid of honor, your mom, a bridesmaid, and make sure they know they're on duty. 3. Practice. At your final fitting, have your helper actually bustle the dress completely. You do not want the first time to be right before your grand entrance. And 4, the golden rule. Have an emergency kit with plenty of safety pins just in case a loop pops on the dance floor. You'll be so glad you have them. And honestly, this quote says it all. The whole point is to get that bustle tied up securely so you can completely forget about your dress for the rest of the night. It lets you just be present and soak in every single moment of your reception. So you see, the bustle isn't just some boring alteration. It's a total transformation. It's the secret weapon that makes sure your dream dress works for every single part of your wedding day, not just the ceremony. It's what takes you from that breathtaking walk down the aisle all the way to the final song of the night. With the right bustle and the right plan, you're not just ready for the ceremony, you are ready to own that dance floor. So, the only question left is, are you ready to celebrate?